So this is a strategy that I just recently employed that I had to use with this particular lender, and for a period of time, I have loved working with this lender, and there are times where I hate working with this lender. This is an example of a time that I just despise working with them. So let me share the story with you real quick here. Now, but first, before I do that, I mean, I would think that if I were a bank and I had thousands of loans that had gone bad, I would think the first thing that I would want to do is I would want to start selling short to get rid of these deals so I don't wind up with them on my books as bad debt anymore. But not this particular lender, because this particular lender was notorious for doing some dumbass thinking. Now, the story I'm going to share with you is quite true. This just happened with a homeowner that I've been working with. This homeowner has two mortgages, and they had a first with Wells Fargo and of 121,000, and the second one was actually with a local bank. So that actually brings our total on these two loans to what, $169,000? Sounds about right, right? All right. Now I can tell you that in working with these two and these two lenders and looking at this deal, on its surface, I would have thought that in working with them, it was going to be easy to work with that lender and somewhat difficult to work with a local smaller bank. Just because historically that's how things have been. Well, it turned out that it was quite the opposite. Okay, it was easy to work with the local bank, and Wells Fargo was just, believe it or not, was just a pain in the butt. So the first mortgage holder, who had the $48,000 loan balance, well, they agreed that they would accept $4,800 as payment in full for their second mortgage. They basically said, "Look, Mark, we'll take anything." So they took a 90% loss on their deal. Well, Wells Fargo, on the other hand, well, they basically told me that they wanted full payoff, that they wanted the full balance of the loan. And I thought, okay, well, again, just being bonehead. So what I did was this. I took them through the process and said, look, here's what's going to happen with this particular property. You're going to lose me, your buyer. Okay, you're going to foreclose on this property. You're going to wind up having to sell it or try to sell it at auction, and you're going to fail. Okay, and you're going to have to hire a realtor who's going to try and sell the property for you, and the property's going to sit there and it's going to deteriorate. You're going to have holding costs associated with it. You're going to wind up with vandals who will probably break in and tear it up, and the property's just going to sit because no one's going to be willing or want to actually buy that property. Then your listing agreement's going to expire. Okay, once the listing agreement expires, then here's what's going to happen. Squatters are going to swoop in and take over this property and live in it. It's happening in every neighborhood on a regular basis. So I tell them that. Then they're going to wind up hiring a second realtor. And then when they get the second realtor in place, second realtor, along with them, they're going to have to evict the squatters, okay, who moved into the property. And depending where you are, that could cost you roughly $1,200 to evict someone, and it's going to take place over a 3-month period. Okay, and then what's going to wind up happening is the property is going to wind up selling, and it's going to wind up selling at least a year later for the amount that I've offered you to begin with. Okay, and how do you do that? How do you show them? That's his first offer. How do you show them that that's going to be the case? Well, you break down and you're going to show them the numbers. The first thing you want to do is you want to show them REO stats. Okay, and you can get those REO stats through your realtor if you work with one, which you should be if you're actually following my new system now. So you're going to get REO stats. You're going to get days on the market stats. And what we're looking for here when we talk about days on the market stats is we're looking for average, DOM, average days on the market. Okay, and then once you have those, you want to look for regular sale stats. In other words, these are houses that were just selling on the open market, and what's their days on the market? Okay, and these are the numbers that you want to present to them and say, look, you can sell this property today to me at the price that you're going to wind up selling it a year later for, and it'll end up being the same dollars. Now I can tell you this actually worked. So this is something that you might want to consider when you are talking to Wells Fargo, when they just think that they're not going to budge on their numbers. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be in touch with the next one. Thanks. Bye.